Hey everyone, I've been looking for a budget 4K TV for one of my children's bedroom, and been doing research for about a week, and came down to a couple different models. The TCL 43S403 or 405 depending on which store you buy it from, and the LG UJ6300. If you get out on the internet, you'll see that these are two TVs that are rated quite a bit out there, as 4K budget TVs, and really couldn't decide after reading all the reviews which one I wanted. So I decided to go out and get them and check them out for myself. The LG 6300 is on the right side, and the TCL is on the left side. I've got them both on YouTube right now, and I'm going to play just some YouTube videos while I'm telling you my thoughts about these two TVs. So I'm going to go ahead and get those started, and those are roughly at the same point, but you'll get a good idea what the picture looks like. Obviously, I'm recording this on a 1080p camera, so you will not see the 4K. But you have a good idea of the colors and the contrast and black levels by looking at this. So you'll have to judge for yourself what you think is better. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down as well, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So, started both videos here, and let me start first with the LG, because I did purchase the LG first, thinking this was the TV I wanted. It is on sale right now at Bestbuy for $299, which I think is a great price for an entry-level 4K TV. The TCL I found at Costco for $279, so $20 cheaper. So I definitely wanted to give it a look. But my initial thoughts on the LG, 43-inch, 4K, HDR, got several HDMIs, Ethernet ports, wireless, Wi-Fi connection, and it runs the LG WebOS system. So I got it home, tuned the picture up a little bit, went online, looked at some various sites, and changed the settings to some of those settings that they recommended online. And I did the same for the TCL as well. I tried to get them pretty close, but tried to use the best settings for each. And got the LG all set up, and got it working. Got into the apps, and basically the WebOS, which you see popped up there. One of the nice features about the WebOS is that when you hit the home button, it doesn't take over the whole screen. So the WebOS down at the bottom, you see all your apps, and you can jump to them from there. My biggest problem with the WebOS is that while it has a bunch of apps, it doesn't have all the ones you want. And my primary use of this television is going to be cable-free or satellite-free in a kid's bedroom, where I want to utilize all the apps that I can for my kids. And while this has the usual Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Sling, it does not have PBS, Disney Now, Nickelodeon, even some news channels like CNN, or even watch ESPN. So those are big, apps that I would expect to see on here, and was really disappointed to see that they did not have it. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes, about what that means about the purchase between the two. But the WebOS, it works. You can click on any one of these apps. I'm not going to click on them now because I want to continue with the videos. But it's fairly straightforward, not too complicated. And the pictures look pretty similar. I mean, if I had to give it to one, I'd say maybe the LG edges it out just slightly. And I don't, it's a really tough call depending on your preferences and how you like to look at your TV. Oversaturated, real, lots of different things to look at. But, I think the LG looks really nice. The WebOS is okay. The only, the big thing about it is it just doesn't have all the apps that I need. It comes with a traditional remote control, which is right here. Lots of buttons, lots of different things. There's a couple quick buttons to get to Netflix and Amazon, which is nice. You got your home button to get to your kind of home WebOS page. But it's your typical remote, lots of buttons. At night, if you're laying in bed or something and you want to get places and navigate, it's a little harder than the TCL, and I'll show you why in a second. But, it's a nice screen. And I'm going to jump over to the TCL real quick. The TCL picture is equivalent, maybe, like I said, maybe the LG is just a hair brighter, but they're so close it's hard to tell. The TCL, the big thing about this TV is that it has the Roku interface. And I gotta tell you, after trying this, the Roku interface is superior to WebOS. It is just so much easier to use. The number of apps is, it's got all the apps that you want. And it just is really, really nice. And I'm going to show you the remote control for it. It's this little guy here, which is interesting. Very, very simple. You've got Netflix, Sling, Hulu, and Stars. And you got your navigational buttons, and an OK button in the middle, and your home button here, and a back button. And they've got the volume on the side here, on these little side buttons here, which is interesting. But the remote controls, it looks really simple, feels really simple, and I really like the buttons on it, the tactile touch. You really know if you've pressed it, you haven't pressed it. And if you're sitting in bed, at night when the lights are out, you really don't need to know what you're looking at. You can feel what you're doing here. There's not too many buttons on the remote that you're going to hit the wrong button. So I like the remote on the TCL. I'm going to go ahead and show you what the menu looks like. I just pressed the home button on the TCL. You'll notice the video went away. So that's the one thing that WebOS I like about it, is that you don't lose your picture. But with that being said, you've got a lot more apps. You got some of the apps that I really wanted: Watch ESPN, CNN, Disney, PBS, Nick Jr. Again, this is HBO now. This is for a kid's bedroom, so a lot of these apps are important to me if I'm going to be not going to be using a cable box or satellite box up in the in that bedroom. So it's really snappy, really fast. It's not anything that I can't get to very quickly. One of the things that I really like is the ability just to look up 4K content. That's the reason you buy these TVs, so you can watch 4K content. And it's really cool on the Roku. You can, couple clicks of a button, find everything that you want in 4K. So it'll sort all that out for you and find it, which is a really, really neat feature. I'll also say that setting up the TVs, the Roku is just easier. Really simple, really thought out, well laid out, and really easy to set up. So I think that's really cool. I've never had Roku before, so this is my first time with it, and I do think it's really nice. So I definitely give that a thumbs up, and it's superior to the WebOS in my opinion. So that's my take on it. The picture is very, very similar with the LG. One of the things that I hear on reviews is that the sound is terrible on this TCL. Well, I think it comes with an 8-watt speaker, and look, if this is going to be your main TV in your living room, okay, maybe it's not the best TV. And to be honest, I wouldn't choose this to be my main TV. This is going in a bedroom, looking for a budget 4K. So, but for a bedroom, the sound is plenty good. You're not going to have any problem with it. So, no worries from that standpoint. But let me go back to the video here, and I'll turn up some sound so that you can hear that. So as you can hear, you're not going to have any problem with the sound in a bedroom, even in a room, any sort of room. Now, if you're some audiophile guy and you need a sound bar and you want surround sound and all that, fine. But all the knocks on the sound, to me, I think are unfounded. You get plenty of sound in a bedroom, and like I said, this would not be my main viewing TV anyways. So if you want extra sound, great. The LG, I think, has 20 watts, so it has a little bit more sound to it. I'll turn that up here right now. So it does have more sound to it, but again, the TCL is sufficient for a bedroom, so I wouldn't have any problem with that. With that being said, I did buy the LG first thinking that that was going to be the TV for me, but ultimately the lack of app options on WebOS is really just makes the TV less useful to me. I'm planning to put 2 or 3 of these in places where we don't expect to use a cable box or satellite box, and so all these extra apps, particularly these good ones, like I mentioned, are not on WebOS. And the Roku, everything's on there. The just the OS the Roku system is really smooth, works really, really well, and I'm going to keep the TCL. At the end of the day, the picture is really similar, and the difference maker for me is Roku versus WebOS. And while LG makes some nice TVs, I just if I'm using it to cut cords, meaning not use any cable or satellite service, it's got to have all the apps, and that's where I feel like the edge goes to TCL. These are entry-level, low-budget TVs, so you can nitpick about a million different things. If you want a better TV, go buy a Sony 930E, and the picture will be dramatically different. But for a bedroom TV, a budget 4K with HDR, these are fantastic. Right now I have these running on the Wi-Fi at home. No problems, no glitches. I intend to have these hardwired once I mount them. But as you can see, the pictures really similar, both really good quality. For the money, I just can't see spending 2 and 3 times that for a bedroom TV. So the winner in this case for me is TCL, hands down. Picture's good. Roku interface is superior to the WebOS, and I'm not going to get behind the TVs or whatever, but the TCL is a little thinner all around in the bezel, and while they both look okay, just your basic black trim, the LG housing in the back is deeper from top to bottom, whereas the LG is thinner up on the top and then comes out in the back a little bit, obviously for where all they put all the electronics in these things. But you know, so they're both good looking TVs, but I do like the TCL. It's a little slimmer. I don't care for the legs on either TV that much, but it doesn't matter to me because I'll be mounting both of them. So, and they're both really light. Shouldn't have any problem mounting these things. But again, two really good budget TVs, but I'm going with the TCL. I am going to return this LG, and although it's a really good price for a great brand, I'm going to give the TCL a shot. And at $279, you really can't go wrong for a 43-inch. So that's my thoughts on this. If you're like me and you spent days and a week researching all this stuff and reading all the hundreds of reviews, I hope this is helpful for you. I wish someone had told me the differences between Roku and WebOS before this, and because I think that would have helped me. But if you enjoyed this video and this helped you out, give me a like and a thumbs up, and we'll see you later. Thanks.